When we started Biotechnica, we started because we realized there is lack of opportunity. And by the time we started working on this project, we realized that no, it's not that there is a lack of opportunity. Instead, our subscribers are not aware of that opportunity. Right. So in the absence of awareness, we miss on the opportunity. For example, most of you would not have known that last week there was a internship opportunity at Thermo Fisher Scientific or JNCSR or Coca-Cola. Right. Now, these are happening in different parts of the world. But if you are at least aware, you can take action. You can make a decision whether you should apply or whether you should not, right? So today in this video, my intention is nothing more than to tell you this, that opportunities exist, but because of our mental limitations, because of awareness limitations, because of nobody told us limitations, you will miss out. And then we come back home thinking that there is no scope in the field, but the truth is we were not aware, right? So this reminds me of an incident which happened in my college. So the practical exam got preponed. So it was supposed to happen in the afternoon from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. It got the timing got changed from 2 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Okay, so now it was supposed to happen in 11 o'clock morning, but I was thinking it is at 2 o'clock. Even then, I walked into the college at around 11:30. Right. Thankfully, I walked into the college at 11:30. Since I was not aware that the timings has changed, I was about to miss that opportunity. Thankfully, I was just 30 minutes late. I quickly started my practical exam. But what really happened? Awareness, right? So today I'm here to make you aware of certain things which you should never miss. Now, let's get started. Now, today's first point for all of you is please do not depend on your college. Do not limit your potential because of lack of resources in your college. Depending on your college is like depending on all the existing schools and colleges in your city, right? Obviously, you have to go out of your city to probably pursue your biotech education. So when you limit your potential because your college has some limitations, then you will never grow, right? The key to growth in this sector is to explore, right? Science is the art of exploring, right? So do not limit your potential due to lack of resources in your city or in your college. That's the first point which I wanted to make. Colleges many times lack infrastructural things. They always try to maximize profit, so they will not buy some chemicals or some reagents or some instruments they will not install. And now because of that, the students are suffering. Theoretically, you did that practical, you wrote the practical record, but actually that practical never happened. So this is a limitation. Never allow that to happen. Reach out to somebody on LinkedIn, reach out to some labs and collaborate, volunteer in some project and finish it off. Okay. The more you learn, the better you get at it. So that's the first point. Let's jump on to the second point. Now, the second point for all of you is inadequate exposure to practicals, inadequate training exposure. So biosciences is all about experiments, right? And whatever theory they teach you in the college, it's just to qualify the exam. But of course, theoretical knowledge is important, I agree. But at the same time, you also need training. How to use a weighing balance, from that basics, how to handle a microscope, to how to handle a HPLC instrument, how to do experiments in a BSL2, BSL3 labs, all this. So the more you expose yourself to these kind of trainings, the better you get it. Now, your training has got three parts: the theoretical part, the hands-on part, and the data interpretation part. Make sure that you are paying attention to all three, not just the hands-on. Many students think that if I know the hands-on, I know everything. No, it's not true. You need to know the theory, because when you will go for job interviews, they'll ask you the theory. When you're doing hands-on, be an expert. Okay, use as many times as possible. Take permission. Use in your free time. But the more you use the instrument, the better you will understand. The third, always derive some data and try to interpret the results. So that's the second lost opportunity which can happen to you if in case you limit your exposure to training. Let's jump on to the third point. Now, the third point is limited exposure to industry. Now, why does it happen? Because many of the students think that industry is not allowing me to do an internship, so let's go and do some basic hands-on and come back. No, reach out. Okay, go on Biotechnica, check the internship page, whatever is coming, apply as many times you have to apply, do it. Start applying from your bachelor's itself. At least one opportunity you'll get by the time you'll finish your master's. Apply as many companies as you can, reach out, volunteer, network, whatever possible, but do not limit your exposure to the industry. The moment you get a chance to work in a big biotech company, nothing like it. And if in case nobody is giving you a chance, you can always do internship at Biotechnica, where we train you end to end on all the things related to biosciences. Let's move on to the fourth point today. Now, the fourth point today is lack of exposure to cutting edge research. Now, when you will apply for internship, you can easily get some basic instrumentation. They will train you, or some basic internship you can get. But what if I tell you that you should always target some high-end internship where you get exposure to some high-end instruments, high-end level of research, for example, doing research on CRISPR or bioinformatics, very high level. So when you do that, your thinking capacity, your way of doing experiments, everything improves, right? And of course, you build a network when you expose yourself to cutting edge research. So do not limit your internship to just some basics. You have to always jump on, volunteer to some extra exposure to cutting edge technology, which are going to be the tradition of the future. So that's my fourth point. Let's jump on to the fifth point. The fifth point is again something similar, which is limited access to research facilities and resources. So I know a student who was doing PhD, so he was doing it in CCMB. Now, though that particular instrument was not in CCMB, it was in IISc. So he didn't limit himself to CCMB. He reached out to some researchers in IISc and did his research. So when you limit yourself to your own research facility, say a CSIR lab, then you can never grow. So you have to collaborate, you have to reach out, you have to find out, you can tweet, you can go on LinkedIn and network, you can find out professionals, you can probably use their email ID through the research papers, you can extract the email IDs, you can reach out to them and ask if they have this facility, how can you collaborate and how can you do your research there. And that is very, very important. Do not limit your access to the research which is there in your research lab or facility. You have to reach out to newer organizations and do your research. That's my fifth point for today. Let's jump on to the sixth one. The sixth one is the mother of all important points which I discussed today, and that is limiting your collaboration and networking opportunities. You look at this. If I know you, you know me, and if I have an opportunity, I'll first give it to you than giving it to a stranger. That's the power of networking. I have made several videos on networking. You can check Biotechnica's YouTube channel. Please do networking, reach out and build a stronger network. And you can get started by sending me a LinkedIn request. Let's come together and help you succeed. So these were the 6 points which I wanted to discuss. Do not allow these 6 lost opportunities to limit your potential, because every student who is watching this video has tremendous potential to reach to the pinnacle of success. But for that to happen, do not limit your potential. Do not allow your organization or your college or research lab to limit your potential, and do not allow circumstances around you to limit your potential. The more you get at it, the more you are hell-bent at it, you're going to achieve it. That's the mantra. So all the best in your research career. Any questions, put them down in the comment section, or you can email me at shekhar@biotechnica.org. I'm always ready to help you, because I know the person watching this video on the other side is definitely going to be a successful scientist of the future. Till then, see you